Senator, you are in Michigan right now. What's on the agenda today?
Well, today the president is going to hold a town hall with members of the auto industry, and I'm going to moderate that town hall. We're looking forward to hearing from them about their concerns and what they want to see happen. You know, if I were an auto worker in Michigan, I would be looking very closely and carefully at what Kamala Harris is promoting, because with this infrastructure bill that she and Biden pushed forward on, and the Green New Deal, which of course $93 trillion over a 10-year period of time, and it would cost our country about 5 million jobs in that time. And when you look at the fact that there are 392,000 auto jobs in Michigan, we've got 214 auto jobs here in Tennessee, and 9.5 million people that work in the auto industry across the country. It shows you how detrimental their policies would be to the economy and to so many households. And when they're looking at embedding so much of the social justice and climate change into infrastructure policy, and when they keep pushing their anti-car agenda and trying to get people to use mass transit, and when you have people like Pete Buttigieg, who's out here talking about road diets and traffic calming, that's not what the American people want to see. We make the best cars on the face of the earth here in the U.S. with U.S. workers, and we want to keep that.
Yeah, the road diet. That's what they call it in California. We're going on a road diet. It's a real thing. Now, that's what they really say. They really say road diet. That's no joke.
I know. It's crazy. Road diet.
Road diet. What are these people out of their minds? So now Kamala, about the Green New Deal, she says, but, Senator, this green economy that I'm proposing, it needs electricians, and it needs people to install the windmills, and we can train all these people who are working at the auto shop that you're going to meet today at the union. All those people, all those good union jobs are going to be building solar panels now. So it's all good. We're turning the page, Senator.
Well, this is a page people don't want to turn. You can talk to auto dealers across the state and across the country, and many times they'll talk about the EVs they have on the lot actually have a birthday sitting on that lot because they're difficult to sell. And people want, we don't have the population density that they do in some countries, in Europe, in China. Our America is a bigger, broader country, and people like having a car that they can get from place to place in and not have to rely on mass transit. I was talking with a lady last night, and she said they bought an EV. Her husband drives it because he mainly drives around the community where they live. And she said it's great. He loves it. But when they want to go out of town or when the weather is bad, they use her car, which is a gas-powered car. So there is a place, but what Biden and Harris would do is decimate auto manufacturing in the U.S., and they would begin to draw down the number of cars that are manufactured here. And one of the ways they would do it is through all of these EPA tailpipe emissions and the CAFE standards and the greenhouse gas emission rules. All of that, some of this technology does not even exist. And they have put it into law to be mandated and met by the time we get to 2035. And I talk to people that are auto engineers, and they say, that sounds like a great idea. But if the technology existed, and one of the things we know is that you cannot force people to buy something or to make an investment or to get onto an idea when they say, now, how do we do that and how is it affordable? Well, we don't have the technology yet, but we think in 5 years we might. So why set the standards? Yeah, it really is.
That. So my favorite example of that was in California in 2007. They passed a bill, and it required every gun sold in California, where when you fire the gun, somehow it microstamps a serial, and within the action of pulling the trigger, it microstamps a serial number on the shell of the bullet that then falls to the ground. And the idea was that you can then like find the shell casing and like find the serial number and backtrack it to the gun and better solve crimes or whatever. And they mandated this. Every gun has to have that. And that like not only doesn't exist, will never is impossible to ever do. But they mandated that to be in California, and it's stuck in lawsuits and stuff now. But yeah, so I love that. They mandate technologies that don't exist.
That's exactly right. And when you're looking at the 9.6 million jobs that are here, and it is nearly 5% of the jobs in the country are dependent on or in some way related to the auto industry. And it's over $7 billion of labor income that is tied to these jobs every year. $700 billion. That is a big, big number. On top of that, you've got the impact of tax revenue that comes from new and used vehicles that are sold. You've got the corporate profits tax and federal income taxes that are all tied to that. So for the Biden-Harris administration, having a policy that would decimate this industry and would enforce standards and technologies that do not exist, or if you have something in concept, it's not been through the commercialization process. So it's not affordable. And you need to say we need an all-of-the-above energy policy. We need to look at gas-powered hybrids and electric and hydrogen fuel cells, all of that, and continue that innovation. But let's not handicap ourselves and our economy by saying, like it or not, we're going to force you to do this.
It is, you would think, a pretty obvious argument to make in Michigan. You'd think it would go a long way, but I guess not. I think I'm encouraged now. So MSNBC did a focus group interview with 60 people at a union shop in Saginaw.
Yeah.
And it was pretty fun to watch because it was just like a clash of cultures. You have like this MSNBC New Yorker gal talking to these people in Saginaw, and the union people are
talking
like,
down
we don't care
them.
much for you being here. And I honestly think they were punking her the whole time because at one point she asked, it was Alex, what was her name? Whatever. So she asked the guy, so what do you think about the trials related to Trump? And he goes, you mean February 6th? And she goes, no, January 6th. He's like, oh, I don't I think he was punking her. But anyway, the first question was how many of you people are paying attention to the election? And only half the hands went up. Yeah. So either they were punking her, or that's like a lot of opportunity still to spread the word about everything we've been talking about here.
Well, it is indeed. And this is an election that people are going to vote their pocketbook because people are tired of being broke. And right now, we are seeing more credit card debt on U.S. held credit cards than ever. And the credit card company, it's 24.9%. And people are putting gas and groceries on the credit card and then paying down as much as they can each month so that they can still go buy gas and groceries. And, this is, people want to go back to a time when their wages were better, when there was certainty in the job market, when they knew that they were not going to see a tax hike. They're worried about that because the Biden-Harris administration would give you $5 trillion in new taxes. and they would let the 2017 Tax Cut and Jobs Act expire. They've already said that. And that means that not only would cap gains go up, not only would corporate taxes go up, but the individual rates would go up. You can't do the kind of spending they're talking about doing and move to this government-controlled economy without massively raising taxes. You know, they have put more debt on the books than any administration previously. They've even surpassed the amount of debt and the annual deficits from World War II.
Yeah, this is not sustainable. Senator Marsha Blackburn traveling Michigan today with the president. Senator, great to hear from you. Thank you.